So hi there guys, welcome back. So last week, you remember, we finished working on the clutch, so the car seems to be running and driving okay now. So this week we're going to concentrate on making it stop okay. So you remember when we hit the pedal, the car wants to veer to the left, so what that seems to suggest is that brakes on either side need adjusting to keep them equal across the axle. That's something you need to do fairly regularly on these Beetles. They're drum brakes and they're not self-adjusting, so you need to adjust them yourself. So this week I'm going to show you how to do that. I've not done it before myself, so we're going to find out how to do it together, but I've read the books, I've watched some tutorials, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, once that's done, we should have a running, driving, stopping Beetle, and we can concentrate on some bodywork stuff. So I'm excited, let's get stuck in. Alright, so our first job is going to be to get these front wheels off, so let's get on with that. One. There we are. Right, now let's get the car jacked up. Right, now it's time to break out my new toy. Well, that doesn't seem to be doing much, does it? Jesus, I don't know who put these on last. They do not want to come off. This might be wishful thinking. They are on solid. Alright. There we go. Bloody hell. Okay, so the truth is, you don't actually need to take your wheels off to do this job. I'm just taking them off so you can see a little bit easier, but if I show you here, so this is obviously the brake just spinning by itself, and you can hear a little bit of resistance. That's where the brake shoes are just dragging against the surface, so you kind of want a little bit. And as you can imagine, basically the two brake shoes are in here and they press against the outside of the brake drum. As the brakes wear, kind of the material on the brake shoes wears inwards, and that means that they don't contact the outside of the drum as much. There's not as much resistance, and then you essentially, as you get an imbalance across the car, that means that the brakes are going to be stronger on one side than the other. So this is on the left hand side, which is the passenger side here in the UK. If I go over to the driver's side, you can see there's actually quite a bit more resistance. Than there is on the passenger side. So we want these to be even. And actually, that feels more like how it should be, as opposed to this one. So you can see it kind of spins a little longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this side so that it has the same amount of resistance as the other side, and then our brakes should be a little bit more even. Okay, so I figured once again I'll show you in the trusty Haynes manual. This is a diagram of sort of how you need to move these adjusters. So the left front, that's the one we're starting with. As you're looking at the wheel, the adjusters are on the front of the car, sort of this 9 o'clock position here. So we need to be adjusting those, and I'll show you where they are on the actual brake. So yeah, let's get started with that one. But this diagram is going to be very handy. Okay, so these lighting conditions are far from ideal, but looking at the adjusters just here, and there's a little rubber cover just to remove, and I can see the wheels in there. So I've got a special tool here. It's a brake adjuster tool. You don't necessarily need one of those, but you can just use a flat bladed screwdriver if you want, but I'm going to use one of these just because I have it. You can get them online, they're fairly easy to come by. What you want to do basically is move it all the way so that you can, right, so that's on quite tight now. Basically move it so you can feel a bit of drag and then back it off a little bit. So I'm just going to back that off real quick, I think. And then this one here does the other drum, so same procedure, but it moves in the opposite direction, so you have to remember that. And just compare that again with the other side. Okay, so that's this side, and the driver's side. I think it's still a bit tighter, so let's tighten that one back up a little bit. Right, so that's turning, I think, how it should be now. So what I might do is might just adjust the other side, and that way you should be able to see a bit better on that side. And I'll pop that rubber cover back in to cover the adjusters. Right, so that's the passenger side done. You couldn't see very well, so I am going to do the driver's side as well, and I might put this one in instead. So one thing I learned is if you turn the steering wheel all the way to that side, it makes it much easier for you to see the adjusters, which are these holes here, or in those holes there. So basically keep moving each adjuster until you can no longer turn the brake shoe by hand, or the brake drum by hand. There we go. So that's locked on now. And then what you do is just back it off until you can actually move it. There we go. Turn it in the wrong direction, I was. Go for a little bit. Perfect. Now we'll do the other side. Feels pretty good. Alright, so got the front wheels done, and I've got to be honest, that was way more fiddly than I thought it was going to be, but it is the first time I've done it, so I think I'm allowed some slack. Now simply have to repeat the same task on the rears, so let's get stuck in. Okay, so the rear is very much a repeat process of the front, except of course the adjusters are here on the bottom. So this one on this side is binding a little bit, but otherwise you see it has like a sort of, it's just not quite even. So it might be a case of they'll need replacing, but we will just have to persevere, I think. Which way they go. Right, so that's locked on now. So I'll back that one off a bit. There we go. Oh, you're stuck in my hair. I need to get a haircut. There we go, that feels better. Cool. Dare we try the other shoe? Well, I suppose we better add. Oh, right, so that's that done. That was, truth be told, one of my least favourite jobs so far. It was very fiddly, but now's the exciting bit. Get to actually test it out and see if it works. So let's go for a very brief spin around the yard. Okay. Alright, moment of truth time. Let's see how these brakes feel. Whoop. Yeah, the brake's pretty straight. I wasn't quite used to that clutch biting work did then. Let's try it again. Right, let's see how they work. I've lost you again. Alright, so I'm calling that one a result, guys. It's braking in a much better, straighter line now. Yeah, I'd say that's one more step along the road to getting this thing roadworthy. Obviously, got to sort out that passenger door. I'm going to look into what the best thing to do about that is, whether it be either fix the glass or replace the door entirely. As you saw, I have got a spare, so that might be a solution. Once that's done, I think we can get this thing out on the road properly, take it for a proper blast, and see how she performs. You know, blow out the cobwebs. Obviously, I've got some bodywork to attend to. I am going to, you know, patch over some rust, get the cure rust and some filler on it, and just see how we get on. Just before it goes into its proper strip down and you know, full resprayed. You know, the legit resto. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there for now, guys. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Please give us a like before you go. If you like Beetle stuff, consider subscribing. I've got a lot more content coming. And yeah, cheers for watching. See you later.